Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 6 properties today. Hope you had a great weekend. I know I did. I had a lot of fun. We were at the Santa Claus Parade yesterday, and apparently Santa has a new float, and that was kind of cool to see. So what I wanted to share with you just before we get into the properties is this market education handbook. So any buyer that goes through the process with us, we give them a copy of this book, and there's some exercises in here that are quite helpful just in getting clear on what's important to you. We have a full walk through the whole process right there. What else is in here? We've got recommendations for people that we really trust, how to read an MLS listing properly. We look at all of the costs broken down, what you need around offer time, what you need around closing. Here's a cool one here, is that we actually have a walkthrough of the offer, and the red writing here is basically the clauses, the legal terms broken down into normal speak. So if you're thinking about buying a home, and I think what you're going to encounter is there's a lot of agents out there that operate their business like a taxi cab, and what I mean by that is they're just trying to pick you up, drop you off as fast as possible, and then move on to the next customer. And if that's the kind of experience you want, that's fine. It's out there. And I think what we aspire to is really to make it much more like a limousine, that it is a special time in your life. And, we want it to be fun and exciting and different and joyful and also to be a memory for you. And so if that's the kind of experience you're looking for, you know how to get a hold of us. So let's get started with today's list. 921 Woodward is $469. Now it's getting very hard to find anything in this neighborhood under $500,000. This is called Dorset Park, bounded by Main and Steeles, Thompson and Ontario Street. And so I don't know what kind of condition this place is in. I think the 921 Woodward means that you're a lot closer to Thompson Road. I don't know how close, I didn't look it up. There's no pictures, there hasn't been for a couple days. They are not holding back on offers. And here's the thing I wanted to show you down here. So GB&E stands for gas burner and equipment. It is in the market education book that we talk about. Here's all the descriptions, here's what this stuff means. Gas burner and equipment in central air, 2009, finance seller to pay off on closing. This can be a real sticking point on negotiations when people get HVAC systems that are leased. Oftentimes the buyout on the lease is way more than you would have ever paid to buy it new. $6,000 for a furnace and air conditioner, but to buy it out is $9,000, and you've been paying all this money since then. So be really careful when it's time to replace your furnace and AC. I know some people think, oh, well, this is a benefit to the buyer. Buyers don't see it that way. It's not usual to have that equipment rented. The hot water tank is normally a rental. Furnace and AC, more often than not, I see the seller swallow the bitter pill of having to pay that off in full. So just be really careful with that. So Silver Court is a pretty low traffic street, just off of McDougall. So $699 is the price. This is a Glenwood model. It's about 2,600 square feet. I really like the floor plan here. They did some things. The old version of this home is called a Newgate, and the Newgate is very narrow through the family room. So they took they did this, Mattamy did this a few times with homes where the first generation wasn't bad, but they recognized the flaws in their plans and they adjusted them as time went on. A good thing to do whenever you're getting a home ready is replace this. If you have stainless steel or black appliances, replace the white hood fan. It just doesn't look right. I have seen people paint them before, but oftentimes it doesn't do a very good job of being permanent. So use your discretion. It's not that expensive for a new hood fan. It's probably, on the cheap end, maybe $50 to $100, and it goes up from there. But you're not putting the fanciest one in. You're putting something basic that just looks the part. So outside the master, you've got this little den area, which can be really handy. I think about oftentimes if someone is getting ready in the morning and they just want the kids outside just playing or reading or watching TV, they can do that. So it's a nice little area for a home office. It overlooks the living room. I would say that the price on this one doesn't look too bad, although inside it's not sort of super fancy. It's got the hardwood floors. It's got the 9-foot ceilings, which make a massive difference in this model. So 976 Clark looks like a Plan 12 or a Wood Lily, which would mean it's 25 something, between 25 and 2600 square feet. I don't recall off the top of my head. Plus there's a finished basement, and there's bad photos. The toilet seat police are not going to like that. We have a very devout following of toilet seat watchers on Milton Daily Homes. Basement's finished. It's just, I don't know. Like, I mean, as it is, this model, I've seen it with a finished basement. There's another white hood fan, by the way. With a finished basement, backing on a green space, and even some of those have struggled to get 7. So at $849, I mean, it's just, it's so far off the mark that I gotta bring in my girls. It's been a while since we've done this, but here it is.
Never gonna get it, 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 never gonna get it.
Okay, next up is Quinlan Court, 889. I don't remember the name of this home, but I think it's 3042 square feet, 5 bedrooms, and you've got your wainscoting, you've got nice looking trim. I have a feeling this home would look even better in person than it does. Here's the cool thing too. I like how the garage door actually has a window through it. For some reason, it changes the whole dynamic of that room. It makes it just feel a little bit more warmer. Yeah, it's a nice looking home. I mean, this is on the high side for 3,000 square feet. There are a lot of homes that are really struggling in the 800 to 900 range. So even though there are arguments against this price, when you look this good, you always have a chance. Now, last one of the day is Centennial Forest, number 107, 364.9. It's a building predominantly with 60-plus crowd. It's kind of the condo off to the side on Dorset Park. It's just south of EC Drury School. There's no pictures inside, but it's 1239 square feet, and I definitely think there's a market for this kind of condo. I just don't know what it looks like inside because there's no pictures. So that's the list. If you have any questions, reach out to us, and here you go. Market Education Buyer Handbook. We would be glad to provide that to you. Just reach out and say, hey, you know what? I'm thinking about buying a home. Even if it's 6 months or a year from now, there's still things that we can do to help you prepare. Getting better information, starting to learn about this stuff. You can come to the buyer class too. That's a great option for you. We're running one in about 2 weeks, and I'll leave it up to you. Lots of options on the side there. You can reach out to us, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.